Greetings, church. It's such a beautiful day outside today. We had good rains, now we've got sunshine. Today's topic would be the example of Christian giving. And I'm going to start out with John 3:16. For God so loved that he gave. For God so loved that he gave. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. I just accentuated for God so loved that he gave. I'd like to take you to the story of the widow's offering in Luke chapter 21, 1 through 4. It's Jesus speaking. As Jesus looked up, he saw the rich putting their gifts into the temple treasury. He also saw the poor widow put in 2 very small copper coins. Truly I tell you, he said, this poor widow has put in more than all the others, and all these people, they gave their gifts out of their wealth, but she, out of her poverty, put all that she had to live on. Back in that day, I looked it up, the widow's mite, a mite was considered, translated from the Greek word to lepta. The lepta coin was the least valuable coin in circulation. Its worth was about 6 minutes of an average daily's workload. So out of 6 minutes of the day is what this widow gave. She gave 2 of those. And of course, in the world of finance, that doesn't seem like a whole lot. But she gave all that she had. Another example that I came across is, I'd like to read to you the example of Christian giving. Well, how should Christians give? This is just one example that Paul brought out, and why Christians give. It's found in 2 Corinthians chapter 8, and it started in verse 8, and it goes on through to verse 15. 2 Corinthians 8:15. I'm not commanding you to give, but I want to see if your love is true by comparing you with others that really want to help. You know the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ. You know that Christ was rich, but for you he became poor, so that by becoming poor you might become rich. This is what I think you should do. Last year you were the first to want to give, and you were the first who gave. So now finish the work you started, and then your doing will be equal to your wanting to do. Give from what you have. If you want to give your gift, it will be accepted. It will be judged by what you have, not by what you do not have. We do not want you to have troubles giving while other people are at ease, but we want everything to be equal. You know, we tend to not want to give because we don't think we have anything. But it's not just in money. It's in our time, it's in our talent, and it's in our participation. It's in prayer. We have so much that we can give. I'd like to take another example real quick. So how should we give? In Romans, the book of Romans, Romans 12:1, Paul speaking again, he says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable thing to do. It's your reasonable duty. Look that up, Romans 12:1. And now finally, you know, what is the greatest command that we possibly have as Christians? I found it in Mark chapter 12, 28 through 31. And I'll read that. Mark 12, 28 through 31. One of the teachers of the law came and he heard them debating, noticing that Jesus had given them a good answer. He asked of them, of all the commandments, which is the most important? The most important one, this is Jesus' quote, the most important one, answered Jesus, is this. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all of your heart, and with all of your soul, and with all of your mind, and all of your strength. There's another one to it, he added, verse 31. The second is this, love your neighbor as yourself. There's no greater commandments than these, unquote. For God so loved the world that he gave. How much do we love God that we're willing to give? How much are we willing to give because of our love for the Lord? These are questions I ask myself every day. Am I willing to die to myself, live for God, and present that hope to others? Church, I am so grateful that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him will not perish, but have everlasting life. That's a message that I have, and I pray that you do too. And let's share it with our neighbors and with our community and even beyond. Have a great day. God bless y'all.